Thinking about moving to Portland, Oregon? Maybe you've heard people talk about what the neighborhoods are really like, what it feels like to live there, where you eat, whether you'll need a car, how close the parks are, how historic or how hip each area is. In this video, I'm taking you through 7 of Portland's most talked about neighborhoods: Mississippi and Boise, Alberta, Laurelhurst, St. John's, Sellwood, Eastmoreland, and Irvington. I'll walk you through the vibe of each place, highlight popular restaurants and iconic landmarks, share what housing costs look like, and point out the kind of lifestyle you can expect if you're moving here from out of town. I'm Jamie Meushaw with Jamie Meushaw Real Estate. And if you're new to our channel, we talk about all things real estate in Southwest Washington, including Vancouver, Camas, Washougal, Battleground, as well as the Portland metro area. First up is the Mississippi and Boise neighborhood in North Portland. Sometimes people call it the Boise-Elliott District or simply Mississippi. No matter what you call it, this area has a young, energetic, and fast-changing vibe. It has transformed over the years into one of Portland's trendiest neighborhoods. Mississippi Avenue is the heart of the action, lined with vintage shops, boutiques, coffee spots, and lively pubs. One of the most popular hangouts is Pro Sta Marketplace, a food cart pod where you'll find a rotating mix of inventive dishes along with great beer. For live music, Mississippi Studios is the go-to venue, and right next door, Bar is a local favorite for drinks and burgers. When it comes to food, this neighborhood delivers. Gravy is a Portland staple for breakfast, famous for massive plates of comfort food. Miss Delta serves Southern and Cajun dishes like gumbo and fried catfish. Lovely's 50/50 is beloved for wood-fired pizzas and seasonal ice creams. If you're considering moving here, the cost of living reflects the popularity. The average rent in the Boise neighborhood is about $1,846 a month, and 2-bedroom units can run just over $2,000. Housing prices vary, but buyers should expect rising values as this area continues to develop. Mississippi and Boise are very walkable, with easy access to coffee shops, bars, and public transit. The closer you live to Mississippi Avenue, the busier and louder it can feel, but a few blocks in you'll find quieter streets with more of a residential vibe. Next is Alberta, often called the Alberta Arts District. This neighborhood is known for being colorful, eclectic, and artsy. It's filled with murals, galleries, and independent boutiques, and the area has become a hub for Portland's creative community. If you want to experience local culture, this is one of the best places to be. Alberta Street is lined with shops, street art, and diverse restaurants. Tin Shed Garden Cafe is one of the best-known brunch spots in the city, with a cozy patio that even welcomes dogs. For international flavors, you can stop into Bowl Ethiopian or try Spanish small plates at Urdaneta. Zilla Saki is a neighborhood favorite for sushi, and Pasture PDX combines a butcher shop with a restaurant experience. On the last Thursday of every month, Alberta hosts an art walk where the streets fill with vendors, performers, and community events. Alberta is lively and in demand, so housing costs are higher than in some other parts of Portland. Rents typically run in the $1,800 to $2,000 range, depending on the type of unit, and homes for sale often list at $750,000 and up. If you want energy, art, and food right outside your door, Alberta may be worth the premium. Now let's move to Laurelhurst, a historic residential neighborhood in Northeast Portland. Laurelhurst is known for its tree-lined streets, curving roads, and beautiful early 20th century homes. It has a strong family-friendly atmosphere and feels quieter and more relaxed than some of Portland's trendier neighborhoods. The centerpiece of the community is Laurelhurst Park, one of Portland's most beloved green spaces. The park has open lawns, tall trees, and a pond, and it's a favorite for families, dog owners, and anyone who enjoys the outdoors. At KO Circle, you'll find the striking Joan of Arc statue, which has been a landmark since the 1920s. When it comes to cost of living, the average rent in Laurelhurst is around $1,700 to $2,000 a month for apartments, and the median home value is close to $890,000. That makes it one of the more expensive areas in Portland, but many residents feel the historic character and peaceful environment are worth it. If you're moving to Laurelhurst, expect quieter evenings, larger lots, and more space, with restaurants and nightlife just a short drive or bike ride away. Heading to North Portland, let's talk about St. John's. This neighborhood has more of a small town feel, even though it's still within Portland city limits. It has its own main street lined with shops and local businesses, giving residents a sense of community that feels a little separate from the hustle of the inner city. The most iconic landmark here is the St. John's Bridge, a towering Gothic-style suspension bridge that is one of Portland's most photographed sites. At the base of the bridge is Cathedral Park, a beautiful riverfront space perfect for events, picnics, and concerts. St. John's has a mix of casual restaurants and cafes that cater to locals. You can find everything from ramen to vegan diners to Mexican markets. Housing here is often more affordable compared to Alberta or Laurelhurst. Average rents hover closer to the citywide median, around $1,700 per month, and many homes list between $500,000 and $650,000. While the commute into downtown Portland can take longer, many people love the quieter pace of life and the sense of community. Next is Sellwood-Moreland in southeast Portland. This is another neighborhood with a very residential, community-oriented feel. It's full of charming older homes, leafy streets, and plenty of parks. The proximity to the Willamette River adds even more character, and the area is especially popular with families. The commercial heart of Sellwood is SE 13th Avenue, where you'll find antique shops, cafes, and small boutiques. Dining here leans more toward neighborhood favorites than trendy hotspots. There are cozy coffee shops, local pizza spots, and casual bistros that residents swear by. Sellwood's cost of living falls somewhere in the middle for Portland. Average rents run about $1,800 a month, and home prices typically range from $600,000 to $750,000. This is a great area if you want a quieter, community-driven lifestyle with river access, good schools, and a strong sense of neighborhood charm. Now let's talk about Eastmoreland, also in southeast Portland. Eastmoreland is lush, historic, and upscale, with tree-lined streets and large stately homes. The neighborhood feels secluded and peaceful, and it is considered one of Portland's more prestigious residential areas. The Eastmoreland Golf Course is one of the community's defining landmarks. It's a public course, but beyond golf, it provides a huge stretch of green space for the neighborhood. Another highlight is the Crystal Springs Rhododendron Garden, a beautifully landscaped park that explodes with color in the spring. Eastmoreland is also home to several historic houses, including the James Hickey House. Housing here is on the higher end. The median rent is about $2,140 per month, and the median home value is around $960,000. Eastmoreland is perfect for those who want tranquility, large homes, and easy access to green spaces. Finally, we come to Irvington, located in northeast Portland. Irvington is another one of Portland's historic neighborhoods, filled with grand homes built in the early 1900s. Architectural styles range from Craftsman to Victorian, and the neighborhood has even been designated a conservation district to preserve its character. The streets are wide, lined with mature trees, and the atmosphere feels refined and established. The community is very engaged, and one of the annual highlights is the Irvington Home Tour, where residents open their historic houses to the public. The Irvington Tennis Club is another local institution. Dining in Irvington is convenient and varied. Milo City Cafe is a popular breakfast and brunch spot. Ox Restaurant is one of Portland's most acclaimed dining destinations, known for its Argentine-inspired wood-fired meats. You'll also find neighborhood bistros, wine bars, and casual spots like Sweet Basil Thai and Chen's Dynasty. In terms of housing, Irvington is upscale but not quite as pricey as Eastmoreland. The average rent here is about $2,000 a month, and the median home price is just over $900,000. If you want a historic home close to downtown with a beautiful tree-lined setting, Irvington is one of the best choices in Portland. To sum it all up, each of these neighborhoods has its own personality. If you want energy, nightlife, and great food, Mississippi and Alberta are your top choices. If you prefer tree-lined streets, historic homes, and a quieter pace, then Laurelhurst, Eastmoreland, and Irvington will stand out. St. John's gives you small-town charm inside the city with one of Portland's most iconic bridges, while Sellwood offers a family-friendly balance with river access and a strong community feel. If you're planning a move to Portland, think about the kind of home you want, how close you need to be to work or downtown, how walkable you want your neighborhood to be, and whether you thrive on nightlife or peace and quiet. Housing costs vary, with rents ranging from about $1,700 to $2,100 a month, and home prices from the mid-500s in St. John's up to nearly $1 million in Eastmoreland. Thanks for watching this neighborhood tour of Portland. If you found it helpful, let me know in the comments which area you'd most like to explore in person. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos about moving to and living in Portland. I'll see you in the next one.